my Pokemusu Smash or Pass monster, or whatever you want to call it, that lifestyle caught up to me. And, so obviously women that hurt me, love to hurt me. No, not women that love to hurt me. I like women that will hurt me. And then, you know, I was feeling good. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go out there on the dating scene. I'm gonna go to a bar. I'm gonna do what I always say. I'm gonna go find myself an older woman. I found myself an older woman, and she ripped me apart. Pelvis shattered. Scratch marks all along back and chest. Face suffocated. It was awful. I'm reincarnated now. For real? Yeah, that's how I got reincarnated, and to make matters worse now, I'm now reincarnated as a Shota, which is gonna make things a lot worse. So, I'm going into Yggdrasil to make a living, and all of you are coming with me because you all need to protect your little Shota boy healer. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. She's patient. She understands our level of tism.
I was there once. I lost it all.
It's okay if you need to sound the words out, Hawk. I understand. It's okay.
Damn, I didn't expect this game to hit so close to home for so long.
Take your time, sweetie.
Bro,
Do you need me to order for you?
I'm killing myself. This is it.
It's probably the least I can do.
One day I will just flip, like I'll just lose it. We were talking about that today, actually, where I work, and I'm the only person who hasn't like yelled at somebody or like.
Chat. Today, I learned that God does exist. He gave me the good, and then when I reached out, he slapped my hand away. Not. Well, those two parts aren't exclusive, like mutually exclusive. Let me give you the good. Hi, Kazuki. How you doing? Today at work, I saw a mid-30s goth woman.
No fucking way.
Black
Didn't have an army of
lipstick.
Sims around them.
Black lipstick, dog named Salem. It was a good day. Caster only playthrough in PG3. Right on. It's gonna be either they die or we don't. Or they die or we do. And now for the bad. I almost wasn't able to stream tonight. I don't know what it was. My keyboard just stopped working. And then it just started working again. After I just prayed really hard.
It's probably a connection somewhere in the wiring if you got a wired one.
It was interesting. But this is the goth chick is a good thing to know. That there is an older goth woman somewhere in my area. I'll be a cleric, so I could probably be the tankiest. I feel like Warlock also has potential to be tanky, right? Because you could be like a battle mage Warlock.
You're
Seems.
temp HP.
Yeah. You're like the overshield tank rather than just like natural defenses. What is it?
Sounds fun.
Who's the strong Russian? Zarya. Zarya from Overwatch. She just has like a shit ton of shields. That's what makes her tanky. I don't know. I don't play Overwatch. I just look at the roll 34. like most people. Now that I think about it. Oh, what else do I got in here? Oh yeah. We're getting close to the end of Sayori's route. And then this guide here says next we're gonna go do Natsuki's. So I'm curious how that one's gonna go. Just don't think of Gaba when I do the voice, because that's what I try to like emulate, is that like little munchkin attitude. Sometimes I don't do it right because I can't just do it constantly. Yeah. But that just means that we're saving Yuri for last because she's the best. And then what else did I write on here? Oh. I found a bunch of Dark Sun campaign setting audiobooks on YouTube. So I probably got like legitimately like 24 hours of reading material to listen to.
Damn.
Like 2 of those books is at least 21 hours because it's like whole fucking books. Hey, but we already did, Yuri. Yeah, but we gotta get the good ending and we gotta get them all. We gotta get those CGs, boys. That's the name of the game and visual novels.
That you'll never, ever look at.
Mm-hmm. Except at like, 2:30 in the morning. I was actually thinking about this with the Dark Sun books, Vulcan. Do you know if there are like any Elder Scrolls books?
I've heard that there are, evidently. I just never looked into it.
It carries over when you re-download? Where would I go to see that? Because I don't see it in the menu. Even could you reach level 20 in Baldur's Gate 3, there are mods that compensate to contour to how powerful you are. Yeah, but those are optional. Shows up in the credits. But we'll never know until we get to the end. Don't worry, I'm sure by that point we can just like power through it and just skip it. Because, I mean, by then, we have saves that we've already done it. Like making enemies stronger, etc. Yeah, I'm sure there's like those turbo power gamers that stroke it to, just how tough they can make the fights and say like, oh yeah, I did that when the enemy had like had like 100 extra HP. Like Dark Souls. I beat pre-nerf Rodon 3 times. I need the Dragonborn balance mod. That's what we could also do for like a funny meme playthrough. It's just we all be Dragonborns. We just be all
That
like
would
the
be
chromatic
interesting.
colors or like the metallic colors. One of us could be red, the other blue, the other green. What's the other one? Black or
I
white?
think so.
We gotta be the fun, bright colors. We'll go Dragon Rangers. Now the question is, would we be evil again? Because it's just so easy to be evil. At least for us. Red, blue, green, black, white. Okay, yeah. So, one of them is not gonna fit, but yeah. Could be a red paladin. There you go. Get the old trifecta. We get the tank, the caster, the rogue. I'm not being the rogue again. I've played 2 campaigns if we're counting the one we have on stream. I'm counting it. That I've actually been able to play. And I've been a female rogue in both of them because that just seems to be what everyone else doesn't choose because I just fill. And it's always a fucking sausage fest. That's what Zola was a rogue. Which is why she usually did everything out of combat, because A, no one ever spoke up, and B, because I had like 10 skill points per level. I also took all the notes. I was the only one that took notes. Frog dealt with the inventory management.
And I skipped like every other session.
Yeah, well, you had like life shit. Just play 5e for a long while. Yeah. I feel like everyone's starting to play like 5e now, you know? That's kind of like on a bingo sheet of like YouTube channel stuff, is just your token like D&D campaign. Now that's cool and everyone realizes it's entertaining. I'm gonna look real fast. I mean, I don't think there are any Dark Sun campaign books, because back then I think TSR was more of giving you these worlds and having you write them yourself, rather than make like campaign books. Hardcover Dark Sun campaign setting box, Dark Sun series for like $10. Shitty fucking Amazon book. Span revised. Campaign setting 3. Yeah, so it just seems like lore books, and then you just make your own shit, as opposed to adventure paths. What's this? God damn it, it's another bot.
Oh shit, my bad. I didn't mean for that to be right there. Kazuki, it was meant for the bot. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. That was really bad timing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to delete it. I'm so sorry.
Here, I got it. Bada bing.
That was the worst timing ever.
Let's see. What we got here? That reminds me, I got to DM today because the current DM went to bed at 7 a.m. and had to zonk out early. And ooh. How'd you do, Lexicon? How'd it feel? Did it feel nerve-wracking? It's usually nerve-wracking. Because, you know, you gotta beat all the characters. You gotta make sure you get, like, your information real fast, so you got all your shit all lined up. When I did it, I had, like, 20 tabs open. I had one for, like, every monster I thought they were gonna encounter in the session. You know, my little GM notes. Of course, you know, I also had roll 20 and stuff. That was only 2 characters. That's not too bad, then. I feel like then that would be the pacing, because 2 people get stuff done a lot faster and come to consensus more than 4 or 5.
Speaking of D&D, Hawk, I dug into my old Roll20 account from, I think it was like 3 or 4 semesters ago in college, when I was playing with that one group. Yeah, no, the Dragonborn Paladin goes goes that far back, because that's what my character was.
Nice. It's the part right after they beat Aldern. God, don't. Man. I had shit so set up. I was gonna do like cool spy shit, because my character was... I guess I can just tell you this, Lexicon. Is... my character was Aisha's sister, looking for her. And to this day, I still call fucking bullshit. Because what happened was the GM rolled secret sense motive check, apparently got a nat 20, and then as soon as I like opened my mouth, he fucked off and ran. And I was gonna be like trying to like get up and close with him to figure out what was happening. There was a lot of secret god rolls that we didn't see in that campaign. I'm pretty sure Rob was an alien. It's like that big reveal that like I could tell their GM got really excited, like, "Oh, you're not human, are you, Rob?" And I was just like, "Rob, we can talk about this later if you want." Let's go finish this and let's not rip each other apart because a demon said something.
A reasonable reaction.
Yeah, we could talk about this later, sweetie, when you're comfortable. But let's be real though. After that boar fight we had, Vulcan, and when Eldrin ran, he was probably in like the next country over by the time the fight ended.
Good lord.
20 people were in that fight, and only 3 of them were player characters that had control. Because were you there for that one, Vulcan? Or because I feel like somebody got NPC'd.
I think it was me that got NPC'd. It was always me that got NPC'd.
So I gave the people all the tools and big brain strats my character would have given them in order to pull off the shenanigans. And then me switched to DM and said, "I gave you the tools, now you have to make it work." Yeah, but doesn't that fight happen in a 3x4 room? Try to get out? No, so what happened was, the instant I met him, he had a sense motive check, and he knew I was like looking for him, or at least something related to him. And so when we went boar hunting, he fucked off and took that as an opportunity to run. We didn't even get to the Eldern fight. We stopped after Act 1.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
Eldern, Rise of the Rune Lords we did.
Oh, with Zito.
Yeah. Because we got to the end. I never posted on YouTube, but we like got through the fort and everything, and then Zito had like life stuff, and he took off like 2-3 months. Like, "Hey guys, you want to start up again?" Like, no, I'm good. It's been a hot minute. That's incredibly lame. Yeah, it just became a big clusterfuck because Zito completely misread my intentions. Because, you know, it's like I was supposed to like get in close with him and like find out what happened to my sister, and he took that as have him run away and then have me go down and chase him. You know, the final fight in Act 2. At least I think it was the final fight. Let me give you a bit of backstory. Okay. You know, looking back at Rise of the Rune Lords, I feel like I would have to change so much about it to just like make it a bit better. Because like, don't chap choose cool shenanigans and murder. Oh yeah, no, I know. I own like the full like adventure path hard copy of Rise of the Rune Lords, which is why I was tied in with Ayesha, because you know, I knew a little bit about it. I haven't really read past Act 2, but I pretty much know everything to some degree. And we find out that they trace back. Yeah, because that was the thing. It's like I was just gonna like dick around and play like spy games essentially or something. Or no, I was gonna get like buddy with him in the first chapter, and it was gonna be like, haha, I was actually looking for my sister, you fuck. So you know the Scarnettis. We did meet some of the Scarnettis in town. That was like one of the only few people we actually met in town that we could talk to. But yeah, unfortunately, Zito pushed everything up to Act 1. And then we like tried to fix it. You ever use miniatures? For the most part, I played virtual tabletop, but I do own some miniatures. The fight goes well. Man, one of my biggest gripes about that campaign was the fact that we didn't really get to talk to anybody in town. Which was a big part of the opening of the campaign, was like, you get to feel like heroes in town and you go get to do shit. But no, we just kind of went from dungeon to dungeon. Okay, the Scarnettis, by the way. So we get the Mask of the Stalker off of Aldern. Here's what happens. My sister, the rogue with insane skills, takes the mask, hides, and turns into the paladin. And then goes to report her success to the Scarnettis. Okay, is this like the halfling that can fit in spaces half their size, so just literally hiding the big bad evil guy's ass. And pops out when he's asleep. Just ganks him. Yes. I feel like there's just so much you gotta change, like obviously, because one of the biggest gripes is there's just no fucking loot in the beginning, unless you're small sized, because all you're fighting pretty much is like goblins and shit, and just like other things. The one that always pissed me off the most was the fucking closet, because it's just a pain in the ass because it can turn invisible and just fly wherever it wants, and the only loot you get off of it is a dagger that's too small even for a small sized race. You'll get the money from them, and the paladins show up, and the Scarnets will refuse to pay him. So now Scarnets have a paladin against them. I wouldn't mind watching Hawk play Fire Emblem sometime. I want to see how he handles strategy. But I probably wouldn't play Fire Emblem. I do have a game called Fellsteel Arbiter's Mark. That's like a Final Fantasy Tactics game. I've talked about before on stream. Issues had disguised their Mr. Scarnet and slandered him further. Thus they fall. That's fucked up. Although let's be real, that's pretty much what we're probably doing with the elf. We're playing Trust Me. I don't know. The Fire Emblem games never really seemed like my thing. Especially the newer ones. They just kind of seem like waifu husbando games. I will say though, Nyla, best girl. Nyla, however you say it. They failed a few key deception checks, but they were very close to get to work. Well, that's different, Kazuki, because it's like a strategy game, and the original intent is like to show the horrors of war, which is why characters used to have permadeath. But then they just spew like a literal entire classroom of students that you can romance, which is weird because you're their fucking teacher. And it's also why Manuela is probably best girl in Three Houses. Oh yeah, no shit, it's more intricate than Doki Doki. It's a visual novel versus a strategy game. It's just a weird tonal shift of Fire Emblem. They got the Paladin hates Scarnets, but they didn't get the money. Damn. Depends on which one you're playing. I'll tell you this. The protagonist from Fire Emblem Engage makes you wants to rip my eyes out. With their their very prominent bright red and blue hair. It is atrocious. I've never seen anyone that actually likes that design. It is offensive to the eyes. I come to terms with a lot of things. Character design is awful. Which is weird because I feel like those games are being entirely sold by their character designs now. It's like a slightly more okay, gotcha. Gonna plant the bone run, the Scarnet resonance to make it look like they were involved in necromancy. You guys are going off on your own little like side adventure. I like that.
That's just straight up evil.
I'm now seeing how we just naturally gravitate towards evil in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
But doesn't it feel good, Vulcan? Knowing that,
Kind of.
you know, you can actually do it and not get your hands as dirty. You just weren't there for like one session. It's like, why are we okay, we're siding with the goblins? Why? Because the person that thought they were a goblin talked to them. Like, just broke the goblin out, and I guess that's just the path we're going.
I'm down. I mean, we already lost to two morally good people, and we can just straight up make Gale evil, so...
Yeah, we just gaslight the shit out of him.
It's really all it is. And we gotta make sure he, like... Oh shit, we're gonna do Evil Shadowheart too, then.
Yeah, just this year short.
It's gonna be fucking evil.
And then we'll just do what Max Sword did. It's like the instant it possibly becomes inconvenient for us after we gaslight her into being a religious extremist, we kill her. Man, we really could just kill everybody in the party, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Because Karlach and Will are gone. We could have killed Lae'zel. In fact, I did kill Lae'zel. We could kill Shadowheart. Who's left? Just Gale?
Gale and Astarion.
Yeah.
And Gale just becomes a nuke when he dies, so he's kind of like, don't kill him.
Now we just gotta knock it close to his body again. Because that's how we all like died after stream. Was just it was, I think it was Darcis that fell in, because you know we beat the shit out of each other on like 1 HP. Darcis accidentally fell into like his death aura, took damage. Then I accidentally did it, and I took control of you, Vulcan. I took control of Bingus to like try and revive me, but then he like stubbed his toe and like hit his head on like the stone bed right next to him and died. It's just... Now we gotta keep Gale alive. Just because it's funny to just like bully him and then just gaslight him.
I want to keep everyone we got alive right now, though. I want to keep them all alive and just see how evil we can make them.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably easy to make Lae'zel evil. I mean, she's a goddamn Gith. Like, they are just naturally evil.
Yeah, you just basically keep her following Blacketh, and that's about as evil as it can get.
Yeah.
Her bad ending is just becoming a lich undead.
I mean, Gith is like the treatment of the monster just became its own playable race. Because that's essentially what they were.
And there's even like a good quote-unquote subsect of Gith, but they're still equally able to kill you.
Gith are just shitty. Let's not forget that Gith, for a long time, their favorite meal was human flesh. It's in the lore. I'm surprised. Well, no, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, I'm surprised I like one-shot Lae'zel, but then again, she was like level 1. We did the thing where we started talking about like tabletop games again for a long time. It is just one of those things. Everyone's got some funny D&D story. It's are literally fascist and racist. Not much redemption there. Yeah, but that was like every like race back in the day. It was like everybody was racist. That's why we make fun of elves today. You know, you bet your ass elves will be bitching all day long about how everyone's mean to elves. Dwarves probably wouldn't give a shit. Dwarves would probably be like super redneck. You know what? I was working on a little side project of like trying to like do like a fantasy thing, or at least like a continent to like add to my own, of just like the standard fantasy races but give them like a twist. I was thinking for dwarves like standard like mountain like hill highlander dwarves, and then like crypt like death dwarves that live underground. But now I'm thinking redneck dwarves. That'd be funny. Just make them all like a bunch of like super southern dudes. Now, would they have a bonus to charisma or minus to charisma? People I play with D&D sucked. So to give you the simplest gist, my party and I were riding down a cartwheel down a hill. And while that was happening, these stupid kids that were playing with us threw rocks at us for no... Wait, like actual rocks? What? I'm confused. In-game or like in real life? And where were you playing? No, in the game. Did you beat up the kids? It damaged our characters? Did you throw rocks back then? That was just annoying. Were you taking physical damage or were you taking non-lethal? Either way, it doesn't matter. Those little shits that get what's coming to them. Also, what caused them to do it? Oh yeah, that's a given. Don't let kids play, because there's a level of maturity and commitment you have to play D&D. Especially if you're playing with other people. I don't know who let them in the group, unless they're like someone's kids or something.
And if they're someone's kids, you can find a place for them somehow, though.
Yeah.
Maybe curb their behaviors or something like that.
Oh, that reminds me of Pathfinder Society. Don't ever do Pathfinder Society, kids. The card smashed into a tree. I've told this story about Pathfinder Society before. You might think like, oh, Pathfinder Society. It's a nice little program that Paizo, the creators of the game, made so people can get together and play. They don't have anyone to play with. There's a reason they don't have a group to play with. That has been my experience every single time.
That's honestly a fair way to put it, too.
Mm-hmm. Need I remind you all of the, like, mid-50 something role playing a lolly? Bringing a full, like, printer paper picture. Big, like, printer paper big size picture of his character and him just staring longingly at it. It was a human fighter, the classic, the male human fighter. The underappreciated male human fighter, in my opinion. Everyone always complains about male human fighter, but what about Elf Ranger? That's basically the same thing. What other stereotypes are there? And I mean, there's always the half-orc barbarian. Those usually have stats to back it up. It's basically a panel where people could jump into the game with pre-made characters. Yeah, Pathfinder Society did that too. I mean, they have like actual like in all the artwork, it's like the what they call iconic characters. So like the wizard stuff is always the character Esbern, the human wizard, and then like the and every instance of a rogue was Mauricio. Things like that. Fun fact though, I did learn about Rise of the Rune Lords because they made like an audio drama of the campaign. And the one I had was for, I believe, book 2. And I wish I could find it, but I lost it, and it's so good. We need more audio dramas. I don't know why people keep calling them fucking podcasts. They're just like radio shows. I considered playing a Toho character parallel, not one of the childish ones. One that would be hard to make powerful and too cringe, yeah. There's always that one character in the group that's either a massive weeb or their like character or is an anime character. Played a dwarf wizard once. I was grumpy and drunk. That reminds me of this archetype in Pathfinder. It's a dwarf racial specific one where they use their wisdom instead of their charisma as their casting stat as a bard. They finally did it, boys. The dwarf bard is viable.
Didn't I make a character like that in Baldur's Gate 3 briefly?
The dwarf paladin, like a level bard.
No. I'm talking like a female dwarf bard. I think I made one briefly.
Maybe.
But I was gonna do a full bard multi-class with the paladin.
Scaling off other spells scaling off other than Int Heresy. Druid, Cleric, Bard, Sorcerer, Warlock. The only one that isn't scaling off intelligence, the only class that does scale off intelligence is Wizard. Unless we're going Pathfinder, in which case Alchemist and Witch also. But Witch is essentially Warlock because they just needed another like intelligence-based class. Yeah, Charisma is definitely the most common. Which I kind of get because it's more like force personality. Pathfinder balanced it better. Yeah, that's because they brought in like more classes. Oh yeah, they did also have the Arcanist, but that also kind of had charisma scaling, unfortunately. Because it was the Wizard Sorcerer hybrid class. Read the books, gain the knowledge, power, brain food, or just be the Chad who just gets like hand-me-downs and becomes the magic Nepo baby sorcerer. It's like, oh, what's that, Gale? Are you salty? Are you jealous that I'm just naturally better at magic than you? Did you have to actually work for your magic? Dude, that is cringe.
I want to punch you the way you said that.
God, that's really what it is. They're just like the Nepo babies of magic. It's like, yeah, I got my magic because my dad's a dragon. You know, it's no big deal. Inherent connection to magic makes sense for a lot of races. Yeah. Never seen Hawk act so immature before. Oh, also, says Lexicon. I'm waiting. I'm pogging. I'm pulling up the Pathfinder wiki. I want you to know this. It has been awakened in me. I don't know why I'm pulling this up. I just had the urge. My sorcerer is becoming more and more prideful As the draconic magic becomes more powerful. I want to see if anyone notices the personality shift. Oh, that's good. That's character development right there. It'd be cool if D&D had a cannoneer class because I love cannons. Trinity has one in 5. Oh, you mean the dragoon? I know Pathfinder has gunslingers, and I don't know anything about artificers in 5e. Oh, the draconic blast
Artificers
changing.
do some busted things.
So what is it like alchemists in Pathfinder where they're just basically magic? They just say it's not magic, or like there's just a little bit of magic in it.
It's magic, but it's more focused on the tools.
Okay, because the alchemist whole thing is they make potions, but they get the caveat that there's a little bit of magic in it that it makes them like actual, like, essentially a caster class. They're basically caster class.
Support caster more than anything.
Yeah, they just have like this big long list explaining alchemy that just basically says it's just spells. Like you can't even like give them somebody unless you have a feat. A huge character moment when he finally gets dragon form, becomes a pyrite instead of a golden dragon like he thought he was. You need a battle mage in D&D. There's Magus in Pathfinder, where you basically like 2-weapon fight, but one of your attacks is a spell. I mean, magic for making the potions, right? It's a weird thing that they do in Pathfinder, because you think alchemists like, okay, this is more like a science class. You know, this is the combining of elements to make bombs and shit. Still magic. Although I do find it funny though that in Pathfinder the iconic alchemist is straight up just a crack addict. There's a bunch of character flexibility. Yeah. There's just so many archetypes, dude. I think the craziest archetype changes is the sorcerer with the I want to say it's called like mutations, where like you take like this subclass and it changes the arcane bloodline and lets you use your intelligence as your casting stat, or the imperial one that lets you use your wisdom. I can make my sorcerer strongest melee character in the group. Yeah, because there's an archetype that lets monks scale with their charisma instead of their wisdom. And need I remind everybody, you can play as a Sailor Moon or a Slime Girl in Pathfinder. Or if you want to just become Vampire Hunter D, because that's also an official book. The second strongest is our Barbarian. Sisters increasing for 40. Use once every long rest. Yeah, I mean, that's just wizard spells anyways, because you gotta, like, build up your magical enemy energy again in your body and shit. Archetypes are good. Yeah. It just kind of gets in the problem, too, of just, like... Because there's so much, because they are so focused on one edition... You can find an archetype for probably literally anything to suit your needs. It becomes a lot. Which is also kind of a good thing too, because like I said, it's silly that you can just be Sailor Moon. But at the same time, you can also literally just be Spider-Man or Wolverine or Hawkman. And then you're... Like for the Sorcerer, your casting stat kind of doesn't matter because you can just choose any of the other two. I think that's good. It is a good thing. It's just there's a lot of it, and because there's just so much, there's a lot that like easily break the game. There's a little bit too much. Sometimes it feels like. Complexity in a game makes it better, so you can customize better. Yeah. But at the same time, it can become daunting for a lot of new players. And also, it kind of if you have someone that's really into it, it kind of becomes hard to anticipate things if you're running the game. I don't want to get into this again. Assuming it's done right. Yeah, but that's not always the case. And I mean, then it gets in like the problem that a lot of people have with Pathfinder 1E is that rules become very confusing. Yeah, but fuck the newbies. The newbies are the people that are gonna... I feel like you want them to play the game more. But like, the rules become very confusing because in the future they've had to add rules to override other rules, and then it just becomes one big headache. Which is probably why they made a second edition. Like, I'm pretty sure people to this day are still arguing over the effects of obscuring mists. And you know what? No, I know it because our GM argued with it, the semantics about it with us. It's the reason why 90% of my favorite games are cult classics and not mainline. I can't tell, like, excluding like maybe like Baldur's Gate, is there any game I've been enjoying lately that isn't at least like 10 years old?
No. The easy answer is no.
Yeah. At least we're not playing AD. I'm curious about AD&D. Because that was like when shit was wild back then. You know, back in the days of 3.5 where they like... Vulcan, what would you prefer as a consumer of tabletop, like D&D games? Would you prefer that they just gave you like a bunch of cool world settings for you to like read about? Or would you prefer like pre-written adventure paths? More.
A good 50-50. Like, have the pre-written like story, but like more to explore would be really nice.
Yeah, because that's what TSR did. Like Dark Sun is like a very unique and brutal world. And, you know, they came out with a bunch of books in it. But back then they didn't write adventure paths. Like, for example, like when I ran Dragon's Demand, that was just a book I bought and ran 3 times. Because they wanted you to make your own shit. Eternality came out like 8 years ago. Man, people were still using the DS 8 years ago? Damn. Yeah, and that's another one. Like, Ravenloft is a classic for a lot of people. I don't know if they still make material for it, but... I feel like that's like in the same boat as Dark Sun. It's like, we don't want that because it's not like generic fantasy. That's not the safe option. 5 is 3 discs. When did that come out? Because the only thing I ever got was like up to the DSi. Ravenloft seems good for gothic fantasy, yeah. Or like Planescape was another crazy one. But they don't really do that one anymore, probably too. Because it's very interesting. Oh, 5 was 2017. Huh. So before then. Yeah, I never really got a 3DS because I just assumed that if I got one, it would make my head hurt with a 3D option. Feels like D&D with the narration and stuff. Yeah, it goes back to, it's because it's an homage to old dungeon crawlers, which is like, if you were gonna make a fantasy game back in the day, you know, you were gonna be like Ultima and shit. You know, the good old Legend of Grimrock, which I kind of want to try again someday, but at the same time I don't, because I feel like I don't have the fucking patience for that game. Squirrel bit your foot. Squirrel does a lot more. It steals your shit. 3S is toggleable. I mean, I already had my DS, so it didn't matter. Mostly just more powerful DS. Yeah, I mean, I had my Pokemon games. I had my Dragon Quest 9. Had my... The only Kingdom Hearts game I actually ever played was 358 over 2 days. Which was the Roxas story. God, what a convoluted mess. It's because I had to keep building on shit. And Roxas is like 3 or 4 different characters in the plot. Yeah, the Game Boy. I had Pokemon Sapphire and Fire Red. I had a whip-ass, like, Dragon Ball. Like, story mode was a platformer, but there was also, like, a fighting game mode. That was fun. And I had a Game & Watch on the Game Boy Advance. I was a basic Nintendo kid back then. I was more of a Sega kid. Because I had like one of those like plug and plays. I had like Kid Chameleon, which is what I played on my birthday for a little bit. There's obviously Sonic on there. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I never fucking played Flecky. It looks stupid. What else was there? And then there was like the Sega collection we had. I spent an entire summer trying to figure out how to play Shining in the Darkness, which was another dungeon crawler that would later, funny enough, become Shining Force as a series. Funny how that works. So yeah, I was more of a Sega guy. I love to play the retro.
That's mostly how I was too.
Oh, you were a Sega guy?
I had a few from when my parents picked them up.
Had the most difficult Zelda game ever released on the Game Boy. Only Zelda games I've played was Hyrule Warriors 1 and 4 Swords, which I got for free on the DS store. No, wait. I also played Link's Crossbow Training on the Wii. I grew up in Nintendo stuff with SADX. Oh, dude, Sonic Adventure. Oh, what was the proper title? The one that everybody likes. Hold on. Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I played the shit out of that on the GameCube, and I own it on Steam. The only problem is the controls are a fucking travesty. You wanna know how you move the camera? Left and right? Bumpers. But it's inverted.
Gross.
Yeah, dude. I tried playing it on Steam. It was painful. Motherfucking Chow Garden. And they used to have love hotels. Yeah, they had a lot of things back then. What was it? Was it Metroid Prime where like that was like the one time Nintendo let an American company make their game and the dude was like making porn in his own house?
I have no clue. That's news to me.
So I think what happened was the dude got a deal to make a Metroid game. And then Nintendo, and he was like total fuckboy behavior. He's the guy that made the Gaia game, for example. Just to state like who he is. So, you know, he was like all about the fast cars, money, and getting bitches. And he was like just filming himself having sex in his house. Nintendo found out. Turns out he was never working on the game. He was just taking Nintendo's money and letting his dev team do it. So then the dev team's like, hey, okay, we'll finish it for you without him. Maybe now we can get shit done. And apparently it was one of the best Metroid games ever. Better than the one that the original creator made. Thought Zelda and most fantasies were demonic. Yeah, it's because I don't know shit. That was just a case of even now, today, people looking for something to bitch about. They just changed the target.
I missed that era, though. It was easy back then. Now it's all these fucking fancy letter people coming after me.
The more things change, the more they stay the same, man. It's sad.
I know, I just miss the early 2000s, though. Like,
have you ever listened to Ball Confusion by The Temptations?
No.
So, The Temptations, like 70s, like disco shit and like funk soul, right? Stuff, right? Literally talking about the same shit. Politicians saying that raising taxes will fix everything. American education fucking sucks. The only one preaching about God is the preacher trying to sell you shit. Suicide rates are up. No one can like afford housing and shit. Like, oh my god, it's all the same. The alphabet.
Alphabet's scary, man.
What is it, like the Boondocks? It's just like they just like shove a book in the guy's face and he starts screaming because he has to read. I'll tell you, the one I keep going back to, and the reason I know about the Temptation lyrics is because somebody put over Black Label Society Suicide Messiah, and it goes way harder than it should. When, you know, we got all these like genres, you know, we got like lesbian, Nazi, like vampires, zombie metal. Where's the fucking funk metal? I feel like that'd go really hard. You want to know what else goes really hard? Me when I see Yuri.
Good God.
You like that segue?
No, I don't.
I'll move you like... Stop snapping to the grid. Fine, you can stay right there. Some say this inflation was caused by them paying out $2,000 checks. Inflation, the price of food has increased faster than the rate of inflation. I'm not an economist, I don't know. I just push pills for a living and keep America medicated. I said that today to some guy, he's like, "Amen, brother," and he shook my hand. I'm a man of the people. I'm like you, I'm the working man. I go to a job. Like, what's the lyrics? Oh no, I'm thinking of something different. I'm thinking of the Henry Rollins lyrics of like, you know, you lose your job, your girlfriend leaves you, you get your ass kicked, and suddenly the Offspring album just doesn't do it for you anymore.
Not the Offspring album.
Is he a streamer? Yeah, but I'm also I'm not a pharmacist. Legally, I'm not a pharmacist. All I do is I'm just an extra pair of hands to put the shit in the bottle. And then to get yelled at. It's like my degree. Legally, I'm not the thing I've been practicing for.
Legally, he's not what he spent fucking 4 years going after.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to double my years for that. Long lines at the pharmacy, gotta love it. I fucking hate it. Because they all show up in fucking packs, dude. I shit you not, I'm afraid to go to the drive-thru. Because I know, despite the fact that no one's been at the drive-thru for a fucking hour, there's gonna be like 4 cars as soon as I walk up there. I hate it. Knowledge is a curse. I spent my psychology degree and now all I see is people moving in packs. Because they're animals. Is this why smart people are so depressed a lot of the time? Because they just know.
Perpetual pain and suffering, never to end.
Hope there's no hobos just hang. Oh no, there. Man, this week I swore like some crackhead was trying to charge my car. And they just disappeared like Batman when I like turned to grab my keys and roll up my window. Then there's a dude high in the parking lot an hour before that. I get hobos and shit all the time. I'm pretty sure Williams was trying to rob me because he asked for a cup of water. And then, you know, as soon as he saw the store manager, he hid in the shadows. Anyways, this is about the festival.
Hawk, do you think it's gonna be another one of those long stream kind of evenings?
No, I
This
gotta
is
go to work
okay.
in the morning again. I'm gonna be streaming for
I'm
about
asking-
another hour, then I'm heading to fucking bed.
Or I was gonna say, because if you're on in 2 hours when I get back, that's gonna be insane.
Yeah, no.
But I'm gonna go
Tomorrow,
play some Age
I'll
of Empires with a buddy.
Right on, man.
Godspeed. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Godspeed. Between here's the polynomial relationship between intelligence and happiness. Idiot. Sad because dead. Dumb. Happy because alive. Smart. Sad because people. Genius. Happy because understanding. What is saying? Ignorance is bliss. That's me from my I'm like, nope, I'm poor. I also know they'll never use that money for anything good. Yeah, I just say I don't have any cash on me, and it makes sense because who carries cash on them? Like, hey, maybe they have like $5, but most people carry like cards and shit. That's just what I tell them. It's just like, sorry, I don't have any cash on me. I just got a card. Even if they do steal it from me, I'll just get on the phone and cancel it. It's a cubic question. Your cubic equation. Anyways, well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. God, she's just like me. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all. That doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. If Hawk ever met me IRL, he'd be like, you're Kazuki. Like, God, you're infected by anime. Don't show up in an anime shirt, that's all I'll say. Don't bring your Riku body pillow that stands up on its own. Actually, hold on. Because that's an old joke. Hold on. Riku body pillow. Do they still make these? This is a man. No, I don't want the Kingdom Hearts boy. FF10. Because I remember Riku was like the token waifu. Answer is apparently no. There's a gender swap Riku from Kingdom Hearts. See, I was more of a Lulu guy. Never buy merch. Everyone here is infected to some degree. Yeah, but I'm respectable about it. I'm not cringe. Now the real weebs are the obsessed ones who worship some statue of Vigulski Hatsune. Oh. Hatsune Miku. Okay, I can understand them worshipping Brazilian Hatsune Miku though. They have the body of a goddess. Performing. Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let everyone else come up and recite poems. Nobody's gonna do that. No one's gonna... What's the Seinfeld joke? People stress less about being the guy in the casket than giving the eulogy. Has some figures. Only one of them is anime. Same can be said of any Miku. Body there's one. I will say this, I want this on my bucket list of things to buy someday. Obviously I want to play Dr. Mask because that used to be my shtick. But I want a Pyrrha figurine from Ruby because she's my waifu. That's it. They weren't wasting money on figures, you either have a problem. Oh, if you're wasting money. Who? Who, he asks. Who, he asks. Let me see if I can find a safe picture. Okay, hold on. I'm finding pictures that are safe. Okay. Pyrrha. I'm off in Africa. Boom. Ponytail, redhead, spear, Greek aesthetic. Very powerful. Total sweetheart. Hot mom, so you know if things don't work out, I got a backup plan. Oh, Hawk, you always think about their mom, and yes, I am. In fact, I've also seen art of Yuri's mother. Bruh. Too bad Ruby's writing is like a teenager fanfic. Yeah, it's not great. Monteon was never good at writing. He was just good at animation, like banging his action figures together. Things don't work out with someone's daughter. Do you really think the mom will want anything to do with you? Possibly. I could be very persuasive. Just being realistic. Look, man. You miss all the shots you don't take. Maybe, you know, if they hate their mom, and then I hate them after we break up, maybe their mom ain't so bad. Gotta keep your mind open to the possibilities. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't really start putting those posters up, did you? Them hating their mom is different from their mom hating them. Like I said, you just gotta shoot your shot, man. What's the worst that can happen? It's not like you're gonna go back there if things crash and burn. Eh? Well, I did. Do you really think that's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. It's not the way in is what I'm saying. Well, no, I'm there for the daughter. I'm just saying if things don't work out and their mom's single and they're lonely, you know, I'm a good shoulder to lean on. And you're lonely, Mrs. Sayori? Damn, me too. You wanna go grab the cup of... Well, you can have coffee. I'll have water. I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. But I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Read too many dojin. Like, you gotta be bold, is all I'm saying. It's like me trying that dating app. I tried it, I didn't like it, but now I can say I tried it, and now I'll never have to constantly think, what if? You know, I read more dojins than me. Hey, some of them are pretty good. The premise of half a dojin in any anime with a female love interest. Where's the scene? Yeah. Okay, all I'm saying is the internet descended on Komi and Uzaki's moms for a reason. Imagine it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. If you just read anything with NTR in it. But what if it's like good aligned NTR? You know, like maybe like the girl's boyfriend's a piece of shit, and then, you know, here comes, you know, super nice guy Chad. And don't get me wrong, it's basic bitch stuff. It's like the anime industry, right? Everything's isekai trash. Gotta be creative. Gotta spin it on its head. Oh, I'm rambling like an insane person tonight. As an oxymoron. Let's just think it's good aligned NTR. I don't know the proper definition is. All I know is someone has really good sex. And then they get out of their relationship. His NTR is called putting down an animal. Watching a shitty D&D party is funny. It's all kind of supers. Yeah, it's like us. You are the heroes of this land. Oh, they're just stealing for their own gain. Okay. Our heroes, ladies and gentlemen. That is just us. That's our antics in camp after we save and we're just beating the shit out of each other. Yeah, but you go around killing. Yeah. But buddy, I hate to tell you this. All those goblins we fight, yeah, we kill them. All those enemies we fight, we kill them. Like, what's his face wouldn't... If... Like, what's his face wouldn't if he could get away with it? What, Kazuma? Yeah, you gotta remember, Kazuma's also a piece of shit. Anyways. I understand where they're coming from. See? He didn't decide to get isekai'd. Kazuma. Not a piece of shit. The guy that has the ability to steal panties, constantly torments his companions, and even was willing to sell one of them off for profit as a bride. Even though she didn't want to. Kazuma is awful. Try to say, okay, there's that one time. But other than that, he's a pretty scummy person. Always throwing his friends under the bus to try to make profits and shit. I've only seen parts of like season 2, but I know enough about Kazuma. Actually, wait, well, yeah, he was on trial once for like all of his like shenanigans. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're not exactly good people. So our antics in Baldur's Gate 3 kind of justifiable a little bit, or at least more, you know, not as bad. Yeah, it's what you do with the gift. It's like, yeah, sure, I'm sure Rance probably saved the world once or twice. I don't watch any of that stuff because I think he's a piece of shit, but yeah, he's awful. Isn't going around murdering? I hate to say this is a fantasy world with monsters in it and bandits. I'm sure they'd probably murder some bandits if they were going to accost them. You know the quote origin I sub? I don't have a subscription option. I'll make an alt account and I'll follow again. Over being a pervert any day. What about a thief? All I'm saying is we're not so bad when compared to like Kazuma. And let's be real, other than the tieflings, who did we murder? And even then, Gaba thinks she did the right thing because she's a goblin and she was helping the goblins. So if there's any fantasy world, then you're going to kill shit. Yeah. Bandits exist. And Cosma, I don't want to kill tieflings. Well, that's because you let the goblin break the other goblin out, and we just kind of fell and tripped down that road. Expose an evil plant lady eating people. What, did he stop it? I don't know if that's anything. He's not that bad. Yeah, okay, he doesn't murder people, he's still a piece of shit. He's just scummy. Which is why I generally don't like him. I like Darkness. Not a fan of Mega Man either, and Aqua kind of annoys the shit out of me sometimes. Not as much as Mega Man, I can't fucking stand Mega Man. I like Darkness though. A masochist tank is very funny. And I love the bit too of just like, you know, oh, I'm a pure maiden, do your worst to me, and she starts like going uncomfortably into details of what might happen. Like, okay, stop, I'm not gonna do that. What the fuck? That doesn't mean he's a good person just because he's saving them gold. Or whatever. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. I'm not saying anyone's perfect, just like our group. We're not perfect. It's like... For Gaba, it's like Attila the Hun. To his people, Attila the Hun is a hero. Vlad Tepes, aka Dracula, was a hero to his people, but he was a monster to everybody else. It's the same thing with Gaba. Gaba's just helping her people. You guys are just let her do it, and we're along for the ride, and it escalated. What do you think, I'm some kind of racist? I'm killing snob? I don't give a damn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. I guess I kind of overlooked that. I'm so sorry. Also, you guys chose be evil, so it's no different than Cosma. Yeah, that's what we're saying. He's a piece of shit. It's funny being evil. It's funny pretending to be a goblin who's clearly a gnome. And I'm with Lexicon. Being lawful evil is dope and badass because that adds character complexity. I don't like evil. Hey, give it a try. It's a video game. Yeah. It's like me. I think playing Renegade Shepherd's badass, but they do some fucked up things in Mass Effect sometimes. Well, you know, it's still funny to punch the reporter for being a piece of shit. Had enough of your disingenuous assertions. I think we should give it our best. We're the ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event, each put on a good performance. Kazuma has at least defeated demons for villages and what? You know, generic goody two-shoes stuff, but I think you say generic goody two-shoes is boring. Yeah, I mean, if you like really go in depth of like lawful good, like paladin monologues, those can be very powerful. But yeah, generic goody two-shoes. And let's be real, at some point, we're probably also gonna kill like demons and shit for villages, but that's probably be more for money. And because we just want the demon dead. It depends on how I'm feeling. Like, is the village paying us? This is a good question. How much are they paying us? Because, you know, if it's too low, then why would we even bother doing it? You know, we're wasting our energy. They'll inspire others to do the same. Actually, Kazuki, I have a question. Ooh. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. People watching this file is like, what the fuck, get on with the game. Stop talking to chat. Never. We're here for the good times. We'll eventually get through this, and then we'll play Coffin, Vandy, and Lele. Would you rather have a character who's just good at everything, or someone who is real as possible? Yeah, I feel like that's a depends, but also I feel like them being good at everything is not the same as good as we're talking about in terms of alignment with Kazuma. Also, I pray to God people like Kazuma do not exist. Yeah, what was it? Was it Mr. Terrific in DC Comics where he was like really good at everything and that sent him into a depression? I don't know where you're getting this goody two-shoes mix for a compelling character. I mean, again, if it's like if they like really get into like the moral code of a paladin, especially in times of crisis, then, oh dude, I love that shit. I love me, believe it or not, despite the fact that I'm a chaotic evil goblin, I do love me some paladins. I like Kazuma. He's different, he's not afraid to tell things how they are. And I just don't like him because he's a bit too scummy. Oh, right. How did I do this? Oh, yeah. I love Superman. I love Superman. I love Captain America. It's just people don't look at Superman the right way. It's not about can he beat the bad guy. It's how much damage can he prevent before he stops the bad guy. And stop the bad guy, I should say. Yeah, I'm chaotic evil right now on Baldur's Gate because it's silly and I think that's entertaining and funny. They're going deep analytically. Your credits too. I mean, I see why people like Kazuma. I just don't. Oh god, how do I... It's been a while since I've done this. Being intimate with yourself. Finding new horizons. And having fun. And eating crayons. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? You route the good route and the dumbass route. The chaotic stupid route. That's me. It's almost like they're called role-playing games or something. I'd love to try an evil campaign. Doesn't want their silly dangerous of it. Yeah, no, that's like written on the wall. Plain as day. I know, we all do. I just don't like Mega Man because I find her like archetype very obnoxious. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 10 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki Yuri remains silent. Sayori looks worried. Guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. Made of adamantine. Yeah, the curse of the masochistic tank. She wants to get hurt, but her armor won't let her. Eternally blue-balled. Oh yeah, fun fact, did you all know that Konosuba has a tabletop game? They have their own version. So does Goblin Slayer. Has classes and everything. The least we can do is help them out a bit. Damn, gotta get that. I don't know much about it other than it exists, and I saw like one person do like a one-shot. The only reason they hate characters like Kazuma, hypocrisy. Oh, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. They're morally good, but really just assholes who do what they can get away with. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright! Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yeah, Yuri, what are you gonna do? Let's see, that's 4 votes for yes and 1 for no? Or are you gonna vote yes? Yeah, but he's too much of a wimp to do anything that'll get him in trouble. Because the best people are people who improve their flaws. Oh, you're saying he like wallows in it and stays in it and likes it. He likes the mud. Here he dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Exactly. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone! Goes through a lot. Yeah, but was it I heard like... In the books, he starts a relationship with Darkness, but because of some shitty fan poll, the anime like leaned towards him and Mega Man or something. I don't know. Like I said, I've only seen like a few episodes of season 2. Wait, I might have seen all of season 2. It's been a hot minute. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica? This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, what do you expect to do in front, of strangers? Oh no. The
Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through a notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. Then she stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. I like to live dangerously. I insult problematic people instead. Is this something she's done before? Or she's simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. I don't know. The four of us applaud. Oh, actually, Hawk. Okay. I'm listening. Thoughts on a character? Okay. Shoot. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Makima? Makima. From Chainsaw Man? I haven't watched Chainsaw Man. Funny enough, I'm in the minority. I believe the guy that did Chainsaw Man made 2 other stories. One was about a girl dating a boy into the occult, and it's pretty wholesome. And then I think they also did a very interesting, So, hear me out, because this is gonna sound really weird at first. It's about a standard, anime high school boy. And he's a mom con, but hear me out, okay? So he starts having visions of his dead father's past. And so, that kind of like, oh my god, am I... do I want to have sex with my mom? But here's the kicker. As it goes on, it turns out that the visions are actually helping him learn to have a good relationship, because his father and his mother had a very loving relationship, and then he applies these lessons to his childhood tomboy friend. That's pretty wholesome. You thought you were coming in here for the incest. No, it was coming about how to have a happy relationship. I know there was more than Chainsaw Man. I think they might be the same person, I'm not sure. They both have the same whack energy. Makima's cute, though. I like the eyes. Name of these? Let me see if I can... They sound good. Let me see if I can find them. Hold on. Chainsaw Man... Creator. Atsuki Fujimoto... Fujimoto works. I think he also did like some super whacked like magical girl thing. Oh, he did Goodbye Yuri. Oh god, he made that too. Fire Punch. I saw a video on it a long time ago. Woke Up as a Girl Syndrome. I feel like this isn't the full list. No, it's not look back. See, now I'm curious. Retrospective? Error 403. My anime list. It's just Chainsaw Man and look back. What's it? What's this? This is a one shot. No, that's not it. Maybe it's not the same guy. Basically, I like Makima a ton. I'll tell you why without super. I don't care about spoilers generally. I mean, realistically, I'm not gonna go watch Chainsaw Man for a long time at least. Need you to know about Chainsaw Man's creator. I think this guy also likes to oh wait, no, it's oh shit, what was that anime called? Mysterious Heroine X. That's right, that's the person that made the MomCon one. Because the mom actually writes Mysterious Heroine X. Wait, is that it? Mysterious Heroine X. The one where the guy's like addicted to her spit. No, I don't want fucking Saber. Alright, is it Mysterious Heroine? Okay, hold on. Manga about spit fetish. This is gonna fuck up my search results so much. Mysterious Girlfriend X, that's it. Hold on. Mysterious Girlfriend X creator. Okay, no, it was different people. Give me 1 second. I'm digging the sauces. Okay, it was different people. But they have the same energy, apparently. Drawn. Okay, yeah, no, I see the mom. I see the incredibly cute mom now. Is this it? Here's his first high school student like any other. However, Mirror sometimes received flashbacks that seem to derive from his dead father's memory. To outplay things further, these memories feature his mother, Aya Suzuki, from his father's perspective when the two were young and still in school. These flashbacks have caused Minoru to experience incredibly conflicting feelings, especially the undeniable attraction to Aya's body. He cannot easily decipher his emotions, nor does he understand what his father wants him to do with these memories. Only thing Minoru knows for sure is that he loves his mother. I went on a massive tangent, and I'm sorry for people who were expecting Doki Doki. I'm putting this in anime and Discord. We went on this massive tangent. Anyways, what were we talking about? Let's see. It's tragic. No, she's a bitch. She's tragic. The fuck you mean? I read the manga. Explains why she's like that. I did. Until she becomes a bitch. She got reincarnated after dying. Yada yada. Has her powers and all that. Yada. And again, refresh my memory. Wait, is it called Chainsaw Man because the dude like has a chainsaw for a head? Because it's badass. What else did they do? Where's also the occult one? Because the occult one is actually quite fascinating. Because it's like, yeah, this is weird and very Lovecraftian, but it's a beautiful thing, and he's showing the girl why he loves his occult shit. This artist has this weird thing of like subverting romantic expectations, it seems. Thank you very much. Back to the story. Sorry, I just associated really fucking hard there because I have to justify my mommy complex. I was just hoping you set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Ah, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Here, hold on, I can do it. I didn't help. Dude, you unlocked like a memory tucked away in my mind with this random YouTube video describing the plot. That was like a very interesting time because I was like delving into Serial Experiments Lane and listening to a lot of Maidcore. That was an interesting time for me. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clenches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. Just imagine us naked. Especially me. I'm completely okay with it. You can do it, Yuri. It's called... After Image of a Crimson Eye. Might cause different problems. Look, that's how I go when my crippling fear of the dark was just be aroused. And now I'm a monster fucker. God damn it, I'm now... This explains so much now. Core memories unlocking. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past a couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed in her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone's stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. It's open to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Yeah, you go, girl. See, it's like I always say, like a band-aid. Whenever it came to like speech class in college, I was one of those first guys to just go. Because as soon as I got it done, it was done and over with. Yeah. Anyways, everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. Yeah. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applauded, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. She's fine. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay. I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How do you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself in front of a mirror or in your own head. There's a lot of room in there. There's a lot of room in her head for her to do that. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheerful like Sayori is. serene and bittersweet. Sometimes foreshadowing is obvious. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Hawk liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems won't work as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours that were sort of gentle. That's where that sort of gentle delivery won't work as well. That might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's... Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. And next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay! Now, who's next? Natsuki. Don't make me go before Hawk. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyways. Might as well let Hawk lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. Might as well get it over with. It's not like I'll have much of a selection of what to read. I just have to go with what I wrote for. Give me 1 second. I want to pronounce this correctly. No, I don't want mythic. I do. Okay, where's the actual... Let's see. Where's the... Oh. Okay, how do I say this? I have no clue how to say this because it's like German or some shit. Nibble. I will be reciting the Nibelungenlied.
Nibelungenlied.
Yeah, that. I'll be reciting that. Don't worry about the length. It'll be funny. It's for the bit. It'll be like Jimmy from South Park. Nibelungenlied. Yeah, that thing. The whole thing. I just have to go with what I wrote for today. Yeah, that thing. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. That is, I'm not exactly confident in my own writing. It's hard to put it into it. I know, if that's a little too intense for the group, I could read the entirety of Beowulf. Man, old age Europeans, man, they wrote some wild shit, let me tell you. Sorry, I'm not exactly good as everyone. Don't worry about it. I think it's less about your abilities and more of your lack of confidence in your writing. Oh, I sound like my third grade music teacher. That's something that will improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. We're going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, this poem's called Jump. Might as well jump. Natsuki takes a breath. As she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. Words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want to for other people. But it's when it's just my friends. It's just... embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you don't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope we all have the same idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I will recite it once to myself. I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. Should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm very pleasantly surprised you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah. No problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far. So I'd like to continue that. Really? Because I'm pretty sure Yuri and Natsuki have fucking bitch fit. Or am I bleeding realities right now? It's been a while since we actually played this. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. Alright. Stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica. I'll do my best to get through it. For the sake of the club. Impressing Monica. Wait, why the fuck did I say Monica? I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two. Always going home together like that. That's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Make such a big deal of it. We're just really good friends. We're childhood friends. You know, I may cook for her sometimes. I may clean her room sometimes. You know, we may know each other really well and like how to like make each other branch out. But we're just really good friends, guys. You know, I fix her clothes for her when they're all shabby. We're really good friends. Must be a little nice, though. Well... How am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Hawk. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things are already changed. Today, Sayori's a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Sorry, fumbles with her words. So, let's say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you say? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Oh, well, clearly I just walk home with Yuri. Like, I would shove you and like your face would fall in the mud and, you know, I just like step over you. But no. Just gonna check. Sayori. You really think I ditched you for Yuri? I mean, that'd be a safe assumption, but, you know, I feel like I've already done that in the past life, and it ended poorly. I mean, it's not gonna stop me from temptation, but... Yeah? But... She's so beautiful and smart. Look, I've dated enough emo women in the past. I at least have... You know, it's like... You guys think like, oh, Hawk, he's like 100% like full throttle on the gas with Yuri. I've got scars from the past too. I know not to go 100%. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. Wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Hawk. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sorry, I've already made up my mind. Can't really figure out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never gonna happen? Conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. And I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Alrighty. Let's see here. Oh, third poem doesn't matter. We just break her heart. We go for Yuri really hard. Oh, there we go. Like, I can't save it. What do I do? Alright, shit. Hurt. The misery. Grief. Explode. Shit, none of the... We can't go for the edgy ones. We gotta get the depressing ones. Ocean? Yeah. What's your incongruent? That's a good one. Wonderful. Defeat. Sewer slide. Damn it. That one was too on the nose. Heartbeat, heartbeat. God damn it. Unrequited. I don't know why Sayori is picking that. Well, yeah, that one makes her happy. Death is too edgy. Sadness. Oh hey, it's the thing. Scars? Heart. Why did Yuri like bounce off to the side? Is that like one she really hated? Rusty Cage, damn it. I don't know, Charm's too cute. Don't go chasing waterfalls, damn it. Depression. Spies, that's one. Oh, empty. Definitely empty. Like my head. See, it's really hard when it's the happy ones. So I don't know if it's like borderline on Natsuki's like cute theme or if it's no, clumsy is probably too cute. Anger. What? And then melancholy? Damn it. You bitches are too similar. Alone. Like all of us. Actually, hold on a second. I think since it's the start of a new day. Oh man. No, no, please, Hawk, don't leave me, no. You seriously thought anger wouldn't be Natsuki? Because it's a negative emotion. And I thought that was like Sayori's thing. But no, I get it. It's because she's a tsundere little bitch. But we love her for it. Anyway, chat, that was a good stopping place because it's a new day. And I gotta get as much sleep as I can. This key is like 95% anger. Is it anger though? I kind of see her as more like a cornered, scared little badger or some shit. Like a wounded animal. They put up the facade of anger as a form of protection. Like Morgan from Dragon Age, except Morgan does it better. Because she's a sexy goth witch GF. And 5% human. Nigger's insubstantial and thus does not contribute to her height. It's really dark when you really think about why she's so small. But she's not fat. Oh yeah. Female Hawk is waifu material. Thank you. Oh, I'm off the screen. Where am I? I'm over here. I have thought of there isn't much art of her. Oh, you're talking female Hawk from Dragon Age. That's true, she is hot, but damn, now I feel bad. Am I not praying enough for you, chat? I have thought of like a female model, but you know, that's the general like VTuber pipeline. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if that's on brand. Yeah, there's barely any art. I'll tell you the one I miss, and I wish there was more art of, was Bethany. The little sister. Because I shit you not, I think out of all of them, she's probably like the hottest. But you can't like romance her because she's your fucking sister. Never liked Isabella, ever. Meryl's super cute, but... except for that blonde chicken whose name I keep forgetting. Blonde shit. Blonde chick. Blonde chick. I really hope you don't mean Sarah. I know there's some good art. There's a lot of art of Morgan and Liliana, but that's just because they're like the waifus of this franchise. There's a decent amount for Cassandra. Wish there was more Josephine. Nail's cute. There's a lot of Isabella, but that's because she's the slutty pirate. I'm closing Doki Doki. I'm sorry, chat. Let me make sure I saved it. Because I can't keep hearing that fucking flute in my ear. Goodbye, Monica. I won't see you for another week, probably. Bye-bye. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, chat. I think that'll be it for night. I like Cole, his childlike innocence. I never really got too much into Cole. I didn't really like him too much, but then again, the characters are very hit and miss. I like Iron Bull. Cassandra's cool if you're like me and you play as like a super religious guy that thinks he's like the actual like chosen of Andraste. She's cool in that regard. I romanced her because I was basically playing a paladin. Fine if I did not choose Templar, I chose Champion. I fucking hated Sarah. I actually kicked her out of the group. I just did not care. She infuriated me so much. I'm trying to think what my team was. I think it was me, Cassandra, Varric, and Vivian. Just too grindy. It's too big, and the opening area where you have to go through is such a slog. It's awful. It's like Fort Joy in Divinity Original Sin 2. It's just not fun getting through it after a while. Like me and Vulcan, we were both playing around the same time. We were kind of like doing like a dual session, and we just both got to the conclusion that it's just too much. It's too long, and we're bored now. I reached level 20 and hit a wall. That's because the general level cap is 20 in that game. It's always been 20. Okay, you could probably get like a few levels over that, but it's generally the game ends around level 20. Like I know in Origins, if you're lucky, you might get like 1 or 2 levels in the final battle. There's chat. Thank you all so much for watching. It was greatly appreciated. Even if you're just here for a few seconds. I know I say that a lot, but that's just because I mean it. I will try to get my schedule tomorrow. I know I'm going into work tomorrow because if you work one weekend, you work all weekend. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. I'll have to figure out what Lex and Kazuki want to do for those 2 days a week that we play. We'll figure that out and then I'll make the schedule. Thank you all so much for stopping by. And as always, I forgot I had this. I thought this was the Hagmaxer one. I was gonna do a bit, but no. Be a halberd enjoyer. Don't be a spear user. Be a halberd enjoyer. Take care, everybody. And my Fugi's fucked up again. Bye-bye. Oh, that was the stream overlay. Whoopsies. There we go. Bye-bye, chat. All the husks are all bleeding from their chest on their elegant robes. Just like me. All these people. Why? Why? Because it's what I do. No, I mean, why are they still here? They kind of third-wheeling our moment here. Kick them out. This guy. My motherfucking D